Content disclaimer. The views, comments, and opinions expressed by guest speakers or authors on this YouTube channel do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by this channel's broadcasters and its sponsors. Parental guidance is advised. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, scholarship, education, and research. For fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise.
Peace and love, family. Welcome to the I Am Ascension Temple of Love, the home of the master healers and teachers, where myself, Tassili Mata'atma Ma'at, and my king, Ankh El Adam, reside. We want to invite you to a tribute for Baba Dick Gregory, one of those master healers and teachers. This is being presented by none other than King Simon. It's Sunday, October 13th from 11 to 8 p.m. From 11 to 2:30, you're going to have speakers such as Red and Blue Pill, High Heels, and Lorenzo Sanford. From 3 to 7, we'll be blessed with the ancient wisdoms of Baba Ashra Kwesi and his wife, Merira Kwesi. This is going to be a time to really acknowledge some of our ancient roots. Baba Dick Gregory opened the way for me to know that I am the universe. I have 9 holes in my body, just like there are 9 planets. That's right. Thank you, Baba Dick. We look forward to seeing you all. That's right. Sunday, October 13th, 11 to 8.
Creator of Color Curiosity LLC. Come out and join us on October 13th, 2024 for King Simon Presents 29th anniversary. We're going to be at the new Black Wall Street in Stonecrest, Georgia. Come out and have some fun. We're going to have a tribute to Baba Dick Gregory and key speakers like Ashra and Merira Kwesi and the amazing Dr. B. We're going to have vendors, food, and fun for everyone. Come and join us.
Peace and prosperity, y'all. It is your girl, Ashra and Black. Now, I want to let you know that on October 13th, I will be attending the 29th year anniversary to King Simon Productions. And furthermore, what makes it so great is that we'll be giving a tribute to Baba Dick Gregory. Going to have some great vendors. You see the names there. You see what's going on. And performances and everything. So y'all come out and, party with us and just get down in some holistic wellness. Anyways, see you soon.
Peace, families. This is the High Heels, aka Golden X. So I am coming on to invite you guys to an amazing event this Sunday at the new Black Wall Street. We will be having a tribute to Baba Dick Gregory, hosted by King Simon and Numero Vator. Okay, the event extraordinaire, but really gonna be a good event. I will be there speaking and doing like a mini dissertation on Baba Dick Gregory and his connection to the Nation of Islam. And there's gonna be so many other people just giving their offerings. Mama Tassili, Red and Blue Pill, Brother Rich will be there. I know Ra Aku is going to be doing some astrology readings. It's going to be a really great event. And of course, it is going to tip off and end off with Baba Ashra Kwesi and his wife doing a wonderful presentation. So this is something you don't want to miss. This Sunday, New Black Wall Street. Information for tickets, go to King Simon's Instagram. And I'm going to try to put a link in my bio to get your tickets. But see you guys this Sunday.
On October 13, 2024, I'll be in Stonecrest, Georgia at New Black Wall Street for King Simon's 29th anniversary celebration, memorializing Dick Gregory. I'll be doing readings, there'll be food, speakers, and vendors. If you want to see me in person, come on out. Any information you're going to need to be below.
Hey family, on Sunday, October 13th, I am celebrating 29 years in promotion and production at the new Black Wall Street Mall with tribute to Dick Gregory. That's right, celebrating 29 years, so text that number to get more information. Remember, Baba Ashra Kwesi and Merira Kwesi will be closing out the evening with a salute by Dr. B. Sirius, Brother Rich, Red Pill and Blue Pill, Lorenzo Sanford, Sister Golda X, Sister Tassili Ma'at, and so much more. Make sure you go to linktree/King Simon the Numerator or scan the QR code. That's right, family. That's right, family. Make sure you scan the QR code if you are coming to the event. Yes, make sure you scan it now. Remember, young people are absolutely free up till the age of 17. Scan the QR code. Got a lot of great things happening from 11 to 2 p.m. And then Baba and Mama comes on. The Kwesi family comes on at 3 o'clock sharp. So make sure y'all are in the building. Everybody that's going to be there is going to speak for a few minutes, really like 10 minutes. I got all the 10 minutes. I got all the time down and all of that locked in. Just want to remind everybody, Dr. B will be there. Brother Richard will be there. Tassili Ma'at is doing the libation. Red Pill and Blue Pill is going to be there. Also, Lorenzo Sanford might not be there. He might not be able to make it from California, but Sister High Heels will be talking about the connection between Dick Gregory and the Nation of Islam, Golda X, and of course, then we're going to gear up and prepare for Baba Ashra Kwesi and Merira Kwesi on that same day. We're going to be there all the way till 8 p.m., so lock in. And don't forget, on October 20th, I will be doing an interview with the one, the only Sister Shahrazad Ali will be in the building talking about setting the record straight. We're going to set the record straight with Sister Shahrazad Ali with special guest co-host Dr. Angela Moten. Oh my goodness. And then remember, I will be in Brooklyn, New York at Nicholas Brooklyn at 1396 Fulton Street in Brooklyn. And Sunday, October the 27th, I'll be there at 3 p.m. My new children's book release presentation. And we got these beautiful guests that will be passing through. 2 new speakers in Nicholas, Tamika Royale and also Amira Hassan. They'll be in the building. And don't forget, we got a martial arts demonstration coming up in November the 9th. That's going to be beautiful. Tribute to Sanukas man himself, Grandmaster Lumumba of the System of Dr. Moses Power will all be in the building over there at 1120 Washington Avenue on the 3rd floor. Is going to be off the hook. And then big up, if you're looking for work and you want to work part-time or full-time, if you got a phone and you got a computer, you can do this. All right. Text the words "hire me" to 770-861-9906. That's 770-861-9906 if you want. But make sure you got a clean record before you text them. And I want to remind you, please, if you want to save money on your car insurance, young and old, make sure you go to 877-855-8111. That's 877-855-8111. The rep code and rep ID is FTT2E. Big up to everybody out there. It is 3 minutes before we bring on the Baba. And do remember my mods that are going to be in the chat today, my mods. So no trolling, no trolling, no trolling. My mods will be in the chat. Color Curiosity and, of course, Dr. Shakira Moore will be in the building. So make sure y'all check them out in the chat and follow them on whatever page they got. Big up to my son with his pressure wash, car detailing, and dumpster wash. Big up to my son right here in Georgia. Make sure you hit him up at this number right here on the bottom. And don't forget my son with the big studio that he has called Green Studio NYC in New York City. Got a number up there. It's 929-456-3009. And don't forget Lloyd Strayhorn, Lloyd-Strayhorn.com, the astronumerologist himself. Big up to him. Big up to Nicholas Brooklyn all the time, nicholasbrooklyn.com. Big up to the one, the only CarrieAnnIngram.com. That's CarrieAnnIngram.com. She can help you reduce some depression and some stress and all that kind of stuff. And if you want to book a session with me, text me your full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022. And if you want to get any of my books, go on Amazon or go through my link tree /King Simon, the Numerator. Let me give myself a well-deserved round of applause before I bring on the Baba. Before I bring on the Baba in the next 1 minute. Oh. Ooh, Lordy, Miss Claudia. How y'all feeling out there? How y'all feeling out there? All right, make sure y'all like, subscribe, and share with everybody. That's all I ask y'all to do. These are just the rules. Like 1, subscribe 2, share 3, comment 4, and thumb up the video 5. That's how we do it in this particular mathematical universe that we deal with, the numerational universe. All right. So make sure, the website and their PayPal is pinned at the top of the chat. So if you want to support Baba Ashra Kwesi and Merira Kwesi, please spread love, spread love. And you can do the PayPal at kemetnew@sbcglobal.net. All right, going to get ready to bring on. We got 1 minute now. We're going to bring on Baba Ashra Kwesi in the next few seconds. So get ready, family. Are y'all ready? Uh-oh. I don't know if Baba's ready back there. I hope he's ready. Okay, good. He look like he's ready. Now I can see him sitting down and chilling. All right, so without any further ado, family, I gotta say that this brother and sister, although the brother's gonna come on because the sisters are busy, Baba's gonna come on, but Ashra and Merira Kwesi are lecturers on African history, civilization, religion, and culture. They present lively and dynamic multimedia productions and videos and conduct African-centered tours to Kemet. Based on their studies and travel, they reveal startling and profound information on the African origin of many of the concepts and symbols now utilized by the Western world. Without any further ado, I want to bring on for y'all my dear brother, who I've worked with for many years in New York and over here. And I'm proud to be in Atlanta doing the same thing. The last time I brought him to Atlanta was 2022 on October the 9th. Let's welcome right here on the stage of King Simon Presents Only Quality People, the one, the only, Baba Ashra Kwesi, my brother.
What's up, brother King Simon?
Hotep. Let me turn off this applaud button. Hotep, sir.
See, you got those young pictures of me up there, me and Mary Rock.
It's all right. Y'all are timeless, brother. Y'all are timeless.
Okay.
How you feeling today? How you feeling, brother?
Well, a little tired. I got off the plane late last night, flying in from West Palm Beach, Florida.
So, how was that?
Education for Liberation, another university, my brother. You know, it's great. A sister who traveled with us to Kemet this past summer, she wanted me to lecture for her Christian group. And they were highly receptive to the information with visual documentation. They could not deny what they were seeing from the books in stone that our ancestors wrote for thousands of years, and they're still there. Right there on the banks of the Nile, the Fallopian Tube.
Wow. I mean, I know you gave them the heat, brother. I know you gave them the heat. I know how that works.
Well, what the ancestors put on the monuments gave them the heat. I was just showing what the ancestors put there. So you can't deny that. So giving thanks to many travels and years, and giving thanks to my teacher, Dr. Joseph Inyakanen, and 14 years of apprenticeship under him right there in Africa, right there in Kemet, and now 43 years returning back. So it's been many years, and it's like a time warp. I mean, I can't believe that, it's been 43 years until I look at myself in the mirror. I said, it must be something. I've been on some kind of mountaintop, brother, because when I went up there to get that African knowledge, my hair turned white.
That's the truth. Like they do in the movies where Moses went up in the mountain.
That's in the movies. I'm dealing with real life, brother.
You're dealing with real life, sir.
I went up to the mountain and got that African knowledge, brother. So my hair turned white.
I love it. Now you've dealt with Christians throughout your life as far as doing what you're doing and providing this information. And you came out of a Christian family yourself. Is that correct?
Well, I came out of a Christian family, but I was never a Christian myself. I mean, I only had to go to church on Easter Sunday.
Okay.
Make sure my mother wanted to make sure I had that salvation. But I never had to go to church on every Sunday. That was never part of my program growing up. But I also knew something was wrong. And what I saw something was wrong is that all these Europeans on the stained glass window. And, that time back in the 60s, of course, the Black Power movement was coming strong and everything. And so there was a lot of Black identity going on. So, of course, I asked a question to the minister. I said, why don't we have any Black angels up there? And he told me, I dare you to ask a question like that. So that told me right there that something was wrong for me, where he had a problem for me just asking the question.
Wow.
And of course, that's, I said, one day I'm going to find out what this is all about. And so a meeting Dr. Ben back at Long Beach State back in 1973, gave a very powerful lecture. I'd never heard the information he was talking about at that time.
Right.
And so he said he brings brothers and sisters back to Africa. So I stopped him and asked him, can you prove this? He said, young man, I can take you back and show you. So that became a dream to return back to Africa. Well, I made that journey in 81 and haven't missed a year yet, with the exception of COVID. And
that's right. And we gotta applaud you on the work that you've been doing, taking the mantle of Dr. Ben, man. I'm so proud. We're so proud of you, man. And and it's so funny how a lot of the teachings from Dr. Ben, I have a lot of his books and all that stuff here. A lot of the teachings of Dr. Ben shows where those three-headed religions come from the Kemetic and from the African diaspora. When dealing with Christians, because you just came from, doing a Christian group, how throughout the years have you seen people actually come to the full understanding of what it means to acknowledge their ancestors in those ancient ruins and those ancient places? Have you noticed that?
Yes, because again, giving thanks to going over there, and of course, the monuments will always blow your mind.
That's right.
But it's the reliefs.
Yes.
It's more powerful than anything. Okay. And that's where I've spent a lot of my concentration, and seeing that Black divinity that was taken away from us. And it's that Black divinity and also the spiritual concepts.
Right.
And also many of the pictures that we see in Leonardo da Vinci and Raphael, and how they came up with those pictures was literally plagiarized from the temple. I mean, just keep in mind that the Greeks were there for 300 years. All right. Studying right there in the Alexandria Library that they built. And then the Romans about another 400 years after them, not just. And speaking of, European Western world had a long time to plagiarize many ideas from. So because of the visual documentation,
yes,
the brain, the cerebral organ, will do what it's supposed to do once you present something in front of it, and that is to think. Of course, many can indoctrinate you into a belief system, all right, and brainwash you, okay? And a lot of our people have been brainwashed into white idolatry. Right. They are worshiping white images. So peace be upon another grandmaster teacher, as Dr. Clark said, they colonize the afterlife.
That's right. Wow.
Yeah. White folks say, we in charge of this too. I guess that's, so we always wanted to make it through those pearly white gates.
Exactly. Can't be pearly black gates, huh?
Yeah. Moving on the other side of town, anywhere, just when white folks get in, I can slip in. That's how some people think.
Exactly. I'm sorry. People that are just tuning in, we have Baba Ashra Kwesi. His wife couldn't be a part of this today because she's taking care of the family over there.
We got our new grandbaby, so she demands attention. She's gonna protest, and you want to hear her more than me.
But we got the other half of this great Kwesi family. Ashra Kwesi is here. Baba Ashra Kwesi is here. He's a lecturer on African history, civilization, religion, and culture. And I want people to realize that you've been doing this for a long time, and how important is it for you to not only show these younger people, but one day someone has to take over the mantle. I notice there's a lot of people now coming out and going to Kemet in their own way and doing their own thing, but they never really went under the auspices of what Dr. Ben. A lot of them didn't do what Dr. Ben did and what Dr. Ben presented to you. How do you feel about everybody's going to Kemet now? Although they might not be on your trip, how do you feel about them all trying to connect with Kemet now more than ever?
Well, that's great. The brothers and sisters are going back to Kemet. Right. I mean, even though if some don't go back on the educational program, that'd be the better way to go back on the educational program.
Right.
That way, you just don't turn into a looky-loo, because the thousands and millions of people who go back there pretty much are looky-loo tours. All right. They don't have educational programs or lectures. We have lectures even before you get to the site. Right. And that's the way Dr. Ben did it. Okay. Right. So I'm following the same pattern that he did, making sure that we have a presentation and in-depth information before you even get there. You already know a lot about that site, especially evoking and bringing forth the spiritual science that our ancestors were dealing with. They weren't just building monuments for nothing. It had terrestrial and celestial connections. All right, around many different concepts, and we try to bring forth, and I bring that in my lectures as well. So this was very important. But in terms of many people out there like myself, being a young man at one time at 26 years old, Dr. Ben he didn't just grab me by the hand, all right? Or, even though when I made that trip in 1981, I went in 1982 and 83. And at that time I had a young family, so I didn't know if I was going to make it the next year or not.
Right.
At that time, ASCAC, they started an organization at that time in LA. Their first ASCAC conference was back in 1985.
That's right.
And I was at that ASCAC conference. In fact, I presented at that conference. And Dr. Ben was in the front row. I mean, it was the most nervous lecture I ever had. Okay, he didn't know much about me. I mean, I was just one of the tour participants on the tour.
Right.
But at that time, I was lecturing in Los Angeles, where I lived, and so I was asked to come to present for the ASCAC conference. He was there. So he saw that I wasn't in no dilly-dallying, operation, just over there socializing. He saw that I was really getting something out of it within the time period when I was in those 3 years at that point.
Right.
He asked me, or was I returning back after the lecture? And I told him I didn't know because of finances and a young family. He said, "Don't worry about the money. I would like for you to return back." That's how it started.
Right.
So I started assisting him on the tour, helping him, with the group and things of that nature at the time. And when he got very comfortable with me and saw that my operation with the tour, sometimes he would ask me to lecture, just call it out of nowhere. I'm in the field, and he said, "Well, today Kwesi's going to lecture on this temple." All right. Just to see where I was at. All right. And that's how it started. And so he got comfortable at times when he couldn't make it over at that time. He would ask me to take the group over, and he would meet us later. All right. So that's the prerequisite that I have to see, that type of commitment and passion, for someone, but there's many different parts of this. There's a business part of it as well.
Yes.
Right?
And there's also a security part around it too. I know.
Yeah. We're honored that, we take over 200 people every year. All right. And we have to do 2 separate tours because of that, because we also have a tour that we cruise to Nubia, so the cruise can only handle 115 people.
Right.
So that's it's a whole lot of a whole lot other areas, and without my netter hemp, that's Merira Kwesi, who actually I met she came on Dr. Ben's tour.
That's right.
And we met on the tour. All right. Never knowing that at the time that we would be together as a netter hedge, that's the divine husband, and netter hemp. All right, divine wife. All right, putting the Kemetic terms into it, because we put divinity and our unity to go into eternity, so to say.
That's right.
So, because of that, because there are things that we brothers, naturally innate part of us, and there's naturally innate things that sisters have as part of them.
That's right.
And Mary Ra, she's very, very organized. All right, and in the business part of everything. So, looking at that, it takes. I see how much it takes both of us to do it. So I don't really see a one person. If I was to say a person or to do this or to take something over, I would say, they would have to have a queen on their side.
Right.
Okay? This with them. Okay. And not only applaud, but also make sure that the talents that the mate has, that, that's encouraged as well. All right. So you can put it all together. So, we've traveled the world together. All right, lecturing as far away as Japan, lecturing in Europe, lecturing in Africa and different places, and taking groups. We also used to do our Ethiopian tour, but because of the political conflict, we had to stop that until that is over. We did Ghana back in the 90s, but we concentrated mainly on Egypt.
Right.
But prior to the conflict in Ethiopia, we did Egypt in the summer and Ethiopia in the winter, so you can get a Nile Valley experience. Right. But above all, concentrating on many things that our people are locked into. And what our people are locked into are a lot of religious belief things that they've been taught that this is all coming up out of Judaism, or coming all up out of Christianity, and even coming all just out of just Islam. And that was the beginning of everything, when that's not the case.
Right.
These temples were there thousands of years before these Western religions were even in existence. And that's one of the emphasis that Dr. Ben always put on, and also showing it. All right. For instance, they closed temples, opened temples. And so just recently, they opened up the step pyramid built by Imhotep. Now, keep in mind, that structure is over 5,000 years ago.
Right.
All
Right.
religions that we have believed in did not exist yet. That is a fact.
That's right.
When Imhotep built that structure for his Nesu, and that is his king Zoser-Neterket. And so for many years, I've gone there to see that temple. That's the world's first true pyramid, known as the step pyramid. But I'd never gone inside until 2018 when they opened it up. And we were the first group to go inside. We're walking inside of a structure that's over 5,000 years old, Brother Simon.
Wow.
See, I tell brothers and sisters, everything that you've been taught did not exist yet. Okay. I don't care what the belief have tried to make you to believe in. All right. Here's another thing. Right. And there's just so much on the journey, and taking the journey, we have a good time as well. And so we've seen the resurrection of many brothers and sisters, all right, over the years, and seeing how they've gone on to do bigger and better things. And I'm a prime example of that. All right. If someone told me back in 1981 that I would literally take hundreds of brothers and sisters back to Africa, all right, that I would be doing this, I may have had a hard time believing that at the time.
Exactly.
But as Dr. Richard King, peace be upon him, in his book, The African Origin of Biological Psychiatry, he said we have an African genetic memory bank.
That's right.
And once we open up that African ancestral genetic memory bank, okay, that knowledge is still there, but it's lying dormant, okay, through all types of things that has been put on us to block us from raising that consciousness up.
Right.
So it's been a wonderful journey, and I would not trade it for nothing in the world to experience now for 43 years. And above all, being able to stay independent.
That's right.
Free.
That's right.
Doing this over the years. So that's all, because, you have to be free
in order,
and not being, I couldn't go. I mean, at one time I had to do that. I had to go and get my pass, all right, from the job if I could go to Africa.
That's right.
Back in the early 80s. And so I said, I got to free myself. I can't go ask them. I got to get a pass. But I never told them I was going to Egypt, though. I told them I was going to Europe.
that makes sense.
I got to go see the Sistine Chapel. So I knew I was getting my pass.
You gotta do it incognito, right?
Right. I said, I just got to see this painting Michelangelo did. So it's back in 1982, back in the early days. So every year was another European place. I never said Africa because I know they would say, what's on his mind?
Africa is on your mind.
He got a case of drapetomania. He's a runaway slave, it's still on the books, or a case of Diastysius Ethiopica. He's a defiant, So I knew I wouldn't have any problems by telling them I had to see the Sistine Chapel, or I had to go to the Notre Dame.
Right.
I had to go to, it was always a European place. And so I was always guaranteed to get my pass. So I tell brothers and sisters also, I said, when they come over, I said, make sure, don't tell them you came back to Africa. Don't tell them you came back to the northeast corner where it all began. Okay, right there. Tell them you're going to Europe, and I'll guarantee you'll always get a pass.
Powerful. Family, I want to remind everybody, if you do want to join them on any of their voyages and their journeys to Kemet, please go to their website, www.kemetnu.com. That's kemetnu.com. And also the PayPal is there if you want to spread love, just to show love to the family. Kemetnu, the PayPal, and the email is right there, kemetnu@sbcglobal.net if you want to show them love. And it's
Show that Murray. That's the committee.
Yeah, show that murder. That's right. Show that murder.
Murray. We that love thing. You go to Michael Bradley. That love thing. It goes back to that. Well, that's a whole nother story.
Well, they got three different meanings behind love. You're absolutely right. You never know which one it is, from agape to this way, and that way.
In our story alive, we try to use terms that we can start to redefine ourselves.
Now that's interesting that you brought that up, Baba Kwesi, because I remember speaking about the dynamics of love, but Mer is much more deeper than the word love, you would say, how they present the symbol. So what's the symbol of Mer from your perspective?
Well, Murray was like a turned sideways.
Okay.
With two feathers.
Right.
Murray. That means love. So that's all over. One of the things, I mean, the Medu Neter is all over the temple. Medu Neter, the Greeks refer to as the hieroglyphics. That's why I refer to it as books in stone. It's all They wrote everywhere. Now, do we know all of the Medu Neter on the temples? No, we don't know all of the Medu Neter on the temples. But what I tried to do with the group, that which the repetition, that which is repetitious on the temple that they see all the time, I make sure that they know what that is.
Right.
All right. And Murray, okay, is there. You see Murray Amun Ra. All right.
Yes.
The greatest temple on the planet Earth. Over 4,000 years ago, this temple, they started to build this temple in the Middle Kingdom, dedicated to Amun. All right. This also related to, at the end of the prayers, people still say Amun because the Greeks are the ones who worshiped Amun, and during the time when they were there. Okay. Right. And that's how it came down to the Western world. But see, there are concepts on the temple that I also revealed to them that they have gotten locked into. Okay. Like we are told that European Jews call themselves God's chosen children. All right. Where can we find where one is chosen? All right. There's a concept, and I know we didn't prepare for this, but I could have had some slides where I could.
Yeah, you could have done that. Yes, you could.
Yeah, when you're running and moving and flying,
I know you just got in, you're tired. Yes, sir.
And the vitamin B out of you, brother, it's rough.
Right.
I mean, I used to be able to do this a lot faster when I was younger, but one thing about age, brother, it will let you know you got to you got to put this thing on cruise control. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. I'm realizing that, sir, as I'm getting younger.
Right. So, but anyway, there's a concept, and there's a Nesu's king named Ursa Ma'at Ra Septepen Ra Mesomari Amen, and I tell our group that when I first say that name, everybody's just looking. I said, all of you will not only be able to say his name, but read his name in the Medu Neter before this trip is over with. And the last site we go to is in Abu Simbel, the great colossals, okay, dedicated to Raharakte of the rising sun, and the 4 colossal statues of Ursa Ma'at Ra Septepen Ra Mesomari Amen, okay, that are there. Right. And there, I said, at the end of the trip, we're going to stand before him and we're all collectively going to say his name. But in his name, as I said, Ursa Ma'at Ra Septepen Ra. Septepen Ra is very important because Septepen Ra, he's chosen by Ra. All right. Translate that. In other words, he's chosen by God. Right. So when the European Jews send their God's chosen children and brainwash people to believe that they're God's chosen children, all right, where are they getting this from? They're getting this out of Septepen Ra. Right. Okay, Septepen Ra. He's chosen by Ra. That's in the Nesu king's names, and especially with Ursa Ma'at Ra Septepen Ra Mesomari Amen. So then we also, concepts that people are familiar with, so they can understand that this ancient writing, okay, the sacred writing of our ancestors, the sacred writing of the Neter of God that we would say today on the temple. We also see terms like Neb Kadu. See, I break these are things that are very important that we break down. Neb Kadu, Lord King of Kings. So where are the Christians getting Lord King of Kings from? From Neb Kadu. How about Sarah? Always with the sun and a goose. Okay, Sarah. Because the Nesu also is a Sarah. He has a first and a last name. All right. So in the family name, he's always a Sa-Ra. That means he's a son of Ra. He's a son of what we translated today as God, as they would say today. Right. All right. So everybody came like vultures and took a piece of something. All right. So whether we're dealing with Septepen Ra, chosen by Ra, ends up in Judaism with God's chosen children, or whether we're dealing with Sa-Ra, son of God, ends up in Christianity, we can see these various concepts, or Neb Kadu, Lord King of Kings, and things of this nature. All right. So these are, and so much more, but just to give you some idea of some of the reliefs and the importance of these reliefs. Also like Ka-Mes. Ka-Mes. Ka-Mes means spiritual birth. Okay. That's important for brothers and sisters who come on the tour to know that, because everybody celebrates Christmas. Right. Right. Okay. Well, they would know that the word Christmas is formulated out of 2 words, Christ and Mass. Okay. Well, Christ came out of the term Ka, that means spirit. Okay. Mes came out of the word birth, Ka-Mes. Okay. That is the spiritual birth. In fact, the earliest concept of it is Ka-Mes Haru, the spiritual birth of Haru at December the 25th. You see, so this is what's very important, because as we start to reveal this knowledge and know about this knowledge, we got to make this knowledge repetitious, because what the Western religions have done, they have made it repetitious to the point where everybody thinks that it's a real reality. Right. All right. And like people like now, you got the situation going on with Netanyahu, who's saying that they are God's chosen children, and he's using a term called Amalek of the Bible to justify the extermination of a whole people, called the Palestinians. All right, and then you have some Africans over here who are into the church and justifying it because they say this is God's will, because this is Israel and the land of the God's chosen children. You see, so this is madness, that they're using these things to justify that.
Right. And family, please like, subscribe, and share, and comment, and thumb up the video. Baba Ashra Kwesi is in the building, and we love that we have our elder in the building teaching. And of course, now this coming weekend, before we go on, this coming weekend, you and Mother Merira has a presentation. Tell us a little bit about her presentation, what she has coming up, because you know that you might not be able to speak at all, but and your presentation that's going to be presented this coming Sunday at the new Black Wall Street. Let me just remind and show people the flyer just in case. Want to remind everybody and show people the flyer just in case you want to come in, you want to scan that QR code, or you want to go to the link tree /King Simon the Numero Veda. That's Linktree /King Simon the Numero Veda, where you can actually go and get your tickets. Want to remind every one of you that children are absolutely free up to the age of 17. Absolutely free. I've been doing that for years. I'm going to put it in the chat. So if you want to go to the link tree, bring the young people out. And if they can't maintain themselves, we got a whole mall you can walk them through so they calm down. It's a big mall. It's a Black-owned and operated mall with all types of vendors and everything else, but we're going to have vendors in the building also. That's going to be right there in the midst. What is the two presentations that y'all are going to be presenting this coming weekend?
Well, Brother King Simon, you told us about the program, and also tribute to Baba De Gregory, and I know Mary Rod, so immediately she thought about her presentation and what would be the best presentation to fit Baba De Gregory's the program is tribute to him. And she has a presentation called The Sisters in the Struggle with Tribute to Black Women Liberators, a very powerful presentation from ancient to modern. And so no matter what area, she can find that a person, like for instance, at the Power Conference, she, in honor of Dr. Frances Welsing, peace be upon our Kendake Queen Mother.
Yes.
She made her transition. She was at that Power Conference in DC when Mary Rod did that on her behalf and had her in that presentation. So equally, she also has a great space and place for Baba De Gregory.
Yes.
In this lecture that she has put together. So it's a great presentation that she's going to do for Sisters in the Struggle with Tribute to Black Women Liberators.
Wonderful.
Because in ancient Kemet, they could not conceive of a god without a goddess, nor a goddess without a god. Yes. What we refer to as a neter and a netert. All right, God and goddess. The king, you could not see a king without the queen. So that is the balance that we also have to see our sisters in that balance. And she presents that, even though it's titled Sisters in the Struggle with Tribute to Black Women Liberators, but she also shows the brothers who are in the presentation, who are the neter hemps in many cases to many of these sisters who played a major role in the liberation of African people.
That's right.
So she has a great piece in tribute to Baba De Gregory, peace be upon him, in her presentation. And so, of course, my presentation, I'm going to deal with, it's important to deal with African history in many different aspects. I'm dealing with African history and the origin of the Bible and Judaism. To keep this story alive. All right. That's what pulled me in by hearing Dr. Ben, as I mentioned earlier, years ago, because I only knew biblical stories and didn't know anything else. That's all I knew. Didn't know anything else. So, of course, going back there and validating where these things were literally plagiarized from. Keep in mind, these temples and monuments were under the sand for 1,000 years.
Yes, right.
They were only dug out to make tourist dollars, but not to tell the truth. And that is the problem with many who fear that this truth is going to be revealed. Of course, we don't know everything on the temples. It may take future generations even to reveal even more. But one thing we can be for sure is the fact that these religious concepts that we know this come down to us definitely came directly from ancient Kemet, and there's no place like it on the planet Earth, as I refer to them as books and stones. When you go through these beckonets, or the Greeks refer to as pylons, like the great temple of Amen Ipit Asut, known as Karnak today,
Mm-hmm.
You're literally going back in time for each different periods. And that last Nesu, the Cushite Taharka, who built the last Bechanet on that temple. I mean, all over the temple, you see the Medu Neter. So every Nesu or king and queen, okay, built onto that temple.
Right.
And so it's a great information. So not only I try to make it interactive, and what I mean by that, I try to get brothers and sisters to feel that they are there, even though some may never have been there, but presenting the presentation in such a way that you can feel that you're there the best you can through doing the presentation.
Okay, and thank you very much for that, Baba. The one thing you kept on emphasizing the man and the woman coming together, and right now in this society, there's a lot of battles between our men and our women to the point that they're separating family, destroying family, hurting each other, killing each other, shooting each other, which is different than what they display on the walls of ancient Kemet and all the rest of these places. How important, from a spiritual perspective, is it to maintain that balance as far as relationship is concerned with man and woman? Because they showed that on the temple walls also, the balance. Right. Please.
Well, it's the one place that you can actually see the Neter, okay, or God, as we translate it today, or the Neter, the goddess, on the temple, okay, like Amun and his wife Mut. I mean, where are you going to see God and goddess on the temple? The Western world got a problem with the goddess concept. So we live in an alien culture, King Simon. We live in an alien culture, and because we live in an alien culture, we take on alien ways,
that's right,
all right, and behaviors that has nothing to do with us. Our ancestors dealt with what is known as a spiritual dialectical laws of opposites. And in that spiritual dialectical laws of opposites, that's the universe itself. But when you try to go against that, they refer to it as Isfet. This is where evil comes in, chaos. And that's what we see today. All right, trying to make some women men and some men women and some who want to be that. This is chaos.
Yes.
All right, this is an alien culture that has nothing to do with African people's way of life. And that's where we see, then also you see what do we have to show that spiritual divine union? All right, as I said before, when I opened with, and I use the Kemetic words, Neter Hedge.
Yes, sir.
Neter Hedge is divine husband. So they put divinity in it. Neter Hemp, divine wife. So you're referring to each other as divine. You're putting that divinity in your unity to go into eternity. In fact, I renew vows on the banks of the Nile. And that's one of the things when brothers and sisters come back there, renewing their vows on the banks of the Nile, is letting them know that they have to look at themselves as a divine husband, right, and a divine wife, and coming into that spiritual union. And above all, understanding the whole spiritual goddess concept. I mean, keep in mind, that was Dr. Ben's foundation.
Yeah.
And always expressing the goddess, as he always referred to as the goddess Nut. All right. I mean, keep in mind how the Kemetic African man, how did he see? I mean, think about how powerful that is, Brother King Simon. Yes, he saw the cosmos as a feminine principle. He saw the cosmos and he identified that cosmos as Nut, the goddess Nut.
Yes, sir.
All right. Why? Because from his empirical observation of Mut Netchit, or Mother Nature, he's observing the fact that the universe, stars, nebulas, galaxies are giving birth out of this macro black womb called the universe.
Yes.
Okay. Our micro womb is our mother's womb that gave birth to the SON son, like the macro womb gave birth to the SUN son, and they called it the son of the sun. So, so for that kind of, can you imagine even when they buried themselves in the sarcophagus, in the ceiling of the sarcophagus, the lid of the sarcophagus, they got an African goddess in the ceiling. So he's looking up at the African goddess for eternity because he wants to go back to the macro womb to be born in a spiritual life. You can't have no hatred toward for the African woman having that type of consciousness, brother.
Right.
But see, when we got this Western world, a Pandora's box, okay, and all the evils of the world happened because she got out the box. The Adam and Eve story that they trying to make Adam and Steve today. Here, all this stuff, all right. And here the whole creation story of Genesis with Eve is the one who snitches on Adam. Okay, Adam snitches on Eve rather because she seduced him to eat this fruit and so forth. And then that's the reason we are told in Genesis that from then on out, man and woman will have enmity between each other. They will strike each other's heel and fight for eternity at each other. This is Western madness of their misogyny against the whole spiritual feminine principle. African people even had the concept of divine, the concept of the spiritual law of Ma'at. Is a cosmic goddess.
Yes.
In fact, Merira got another powerful presentation. It's called The African Goddess, the Spiritual Foundation of Ancient Kemet. Presentation that she developed in Kemet, right there in Kemet itself, where she does the presentations at, around this cosmic goddess. So they had no problems expressing a spiritual goddess concept. But when you go to the temples, you see when the patriarchs came in and others, and he literally tried to chisel out the goddess like a set. Okay, because she gave the world's first virgin birth and holy child. All right, we take the groups to the chapels to see where, like the temple of Heru, where he was born at December the 25th, where they got mad. Europeans got mad because the Torah books even identified him born on December the 25th and saying this is where the origin of Christianity gets its concept from, and try to take the books out of circulation. But I told them those books you got to keep. So our group can always see it. So yes, Kemet, everything is around. They saw it from what they observed all around them, that spiritual balance. So we're dealing with now is chaos, okay, to disrupt a divine force of the universe itself.
You said something very key, and people that are just tuning in, if you want to get your tickets, of course, the link tree is in the chat right now. Linktree/King Simon, the numeral Veda. You can just press that link and go directly to it. And remember, family, this weekend, before we go on, Baba, let me just take a quick break and let people hear what we got going on. We'll be right back in.
How long is the break, brother?
Oh, 1 minute. That's it.
Maybe it can be 3 minutes so I can go do something.
Oh, you want to do something? Okay, I'll make it 3 minutes for you. Go ahead.
Hey, family, on Sunday, October 13th, I am celebrating 29 years in promotion and production at the new Black Wall Street Mall with tribute to Dick Gregory. That's right, celebrating 29 years, so text that number to get more information. Remember, Baba Ashra Kwesi and Merira Kwesi will be closing out the evening with a salute by Dr. B. Sirius, Brother Rich, Red Pill and Blue Pill, Lorenzo Sanford, Sister Golda X, Sister Tassili Ma'at, and so much more. Make sure you go to Linktree/King Simon, the numeral Veda, or scan the QR code.
Numerovation with King Simon. Text me now at 347-496-1022. You could also take my course if you want to, but do text me for your sessions at 347-496-1022. You could also get my books on Amazon at Linktree/King Simon, the numeral Veda. Remember, you can book your session and get it done right now. 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022. King Simon, the numeral Veda.
Hi, I'm Millie, creator of Color Curiosity LLC. Come out and join us on October 13th, 2024 for King Simon Presents 29th anniversary. We're going to be at the new Black Wall Street in Stonecrest, Georgia. Come out and have some fun. We're going to have a tribute to Baba Dick Gregory and key speakers like Ashra and Merira Kwesi and the amazing Dr. B. We're going to have vendors, food, and fun for everyone. Come and join us.
Peace and prosperity, y'all. It is your girl, Ashra Black. And I want to let you know that on October 13th, I will be attending the 29th year anniversary to King Simon Productions. And furthermore, what makes this so great is that we'll be giving a tribute to Baba Dick Gregory. Going to have some great vendors. You see the names there. You see what's going on. And performances and everything. So y'all come out and, party with us and just get down in some holistic wellness. Anyways, see you soon.
On October 13, 2024, I'll be in Stonecrest, Georgia at New Black Wall Street for King Simon's 29th anniversary celebration, memorializing Dick Gregory. I'll be doing readings, there'll be food, speakers, and vendors. If you want to see me in person, come on out. Any information you're going to need to be below.
Peace, families. This is the High Heels, aka Golda X. So I am coming on to invite you guys to an amazing event this Sunday at the New Black Wall Street, we will be having a tribute to Baba Dick Gregory, hosted by King Simon, the numero vator. Okay, the event extraordinaire, but really gonna be a good event. I will be there speaking and doing like a mini dissertation on Baba Dick Gregory and his connection to the Nation of Islam. And there's gonna be so many other people just giving their offerings. Mama Tercioli, Red and Blue Pill, Brother Rich will be there. I know Ra Aku is going to be doing some astrology readings. It's going to be a really great event. And of course, it is going to tip off and end off with Baba Ashra Kwesi and his wife doing a wonderful presentation. So this is something you don't want to miss. This Sunday, New Black Wall Street. Information for tickets, go to King Simon's Instagram. And I'm going to try to put a link in my bio to get your tickets. But see you guys this Sunday. Peace.
That's right. That's right. That's right. We're going to be there. We're going to be there this coming Sunday. Make sure you get your tickets right now. Make sure you get your tickets. You can always scan the QR code right here. We're going to be bringing up we're going to bring back Dr. Baba Ashra Kwesi in a few minutes. He'll be back as soon as he gets backstage, and I'll bring him back on. Scan the QR code. You could. I don't think we have any more vendor space. I think the vendor space have sold out. Have had the vendor space have sold out. Thank goodness for those who made it in. The vendor space has sold out so far. Okay, so it is going to be an all-day event from 11 a.m. all the way through 7:30, 8 p.m. So we're going to be in the building. Remember, on October the 20th, I'll be interviewing Sister Shahrazad Ali. Set the record straight. She's going to set the record straight about today's politics and relationship between man and woman and all the other crap that people have been saying. She's going to get it in, and she wants to take phone calls too. So that's going to be very interesting. I'm going to have my moderators, or I'm going to have to moderate who's coming on my phone line with the madness. And do remember that I will be in Brooklyn on the 27th of October. That's the 27th of October. I'll be speaking at Nicholas Brooklyn. All right, we'll be at Nicholas Brooklyn. So make sure you scan that same QR code and you'll find a link right there. Let's welcome right back here on King Simon Presents, the one, the only Baba Ashra Kwesi. We're going to welcome him back in right now. Here we go. Baba, yes.
All right.
Oh, man. You know, I was thinking as we were taking a break, you know, a lot of things are happening in our community where a lot of the resurgence of bless you, Yarmakala. You know, a lot of people are resurging, are getting into the metaphysics and all that. Was there any metaphysical sciences behind the history of Kemet? The spiritual, I guess that's the spiritual side. What was the spiritual side behind Kemet?
Well, of course, I mean, Kemet, keep in mind, Kemet, if we look at the time period, we're talking about thousands of years old. Mm-hmm. And in that thousands of years old, there's been many disciplines and spiritual sciences that were developed, and some that we still have not known and that we need to know and still have to do a lot of research on. But it definitely, we call it metaphysical today. It may not have been, but as we define it, metaphysical and spiritual science, I guess would be a better term.
Right.
Because that spiritual science was from their empirical observation of Mut Netchet and everything around them, and how they saw everything around them, the natural life itself. I mean, you can't get better than that. And that's how a lot of the spiritual science that they developed and many of the spiritual stories that they developed came out of that. Like I said, whether it's connecting with the cosmos, connecting terrestrial and celestial events around that. When you see these monuments, and you see the pyramids of Khufu, Khafra, Menkaure, they just didn't start building the temples, just for nothing. Right. When you look at the temple of Amen-Ipit-Asut, the most select and holy of places, it also had a cosmic connection and spiritual science in it. And within that, the Kari had priests develop a lot of information around, one would define it as metaphysical science or spiritual science. And still, like I said before, there's a lot that we still don't know and a lot that we need to know. Right. But above all, we have to keep our mind in Africa to know it. Right. We just can't be scattered all over the place. All right. 1 minute we did this, 1 minute we're in that. And then that's the problem.
I'm glad you said that, because many are giving our sciences to the aliens, to someone outside of us. Now, I understand the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad's teachings back in the day. His birthday was yesterday. Happy belated cosmic birthday to the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. he taught that whatever aliens you seen came from here. We was here. We was the we're the advanced ones that was able to travel and left here. Where some people are actually through European, through Eric von Donovich, to other people, they're throwing it out to the alien world. So what do you say about this new surge of people giving Kemet to aliens?
Well, again, the fact that African people had created that fallopian tube. Mm-hmm. I'm speaking of the fallopian tube of the Happy Valley. I'm speaking about that 4,000, approximately 200 miles of the Nile. And let's not forget about the Abai and the Atbar. Mm-hmm. These were the cultural waterways, all right, where this knowledge came from. Right. Now, if they didn't have the colossal statues, if they didn't have the greatest colossal on the planet Earth, Ra, Haru, and Akhet, and we could not see nothing, then of course you could come up with all kinds of things about how the civilization of Kemet, extraterrestrials and spacemen, and and all this other stuff. Okay, in fact, I made a DVD that I created. It's called the African Spiritual Science in Building the Pyramids, Not Aliens. All right. So brothers and sisters can see themselves. See, a lot of some of our people who go into this is still a settled self-hatred and disbelief that African people could have done this, even though you got the African monuments and colossal statues looking right at you. Right. So now, of course, why is it that when it comes to Africa, it's always aliens? You don't see the aliens with China and the Wailing Wall. You don't see the aliens building the Greek civilization and the Romans civilization and all of that. All right. But only when it comes to Africa, then it has to be down to extraterrestrials or something out, even when it's not even extraterrestrials, King Simon. Right. Okay. Like when we deal with the Shoah in Zimbabwe. Right. All right. King Solomon's mines. All right. It has to be something outside that created this. All right. In the minds of African people, in the minds of others who do not want to see this genius, even though you got all the colossals and monuments there on the reliefs right there. All right. Now, this one European made a whole documentary on a relief, this Inaptu, referred to as Abydos today. And there, this temple was built by Seti I of the 19th dynasty over 3,000 years ago. And the relief is about just a little bit bigger than my hand. And it's a relief of some broken Medu nature. And out of that, they were able to pull off Apache helicopters. They were able to pull off what in the documentary on the History Channel that this may be flying saucers and everything else. King Simon, I wish they did have Apache helicopters back during the time of Seti I of the 19th, because Kemet would still be there. The tanks and flying saucers and all these kinds of things that they put into the minds of the people, as long as Africans are not considered at all. The Kemetic Africans of the Nile Valley, the Kushite Africans of the Nile Valley, and all the Africans who started their migration from the beginning of the Nile. Right. With the little Twa. All right. That you also see on the monuments itself. All right. Who they refer to as best as they in Inner Africa that I have actually visited them, known as the Batwa. All right. And Kemet acknowledged them as the early people who migrated down the Nile. All right. In fact, even recently, science newspapers came out and talked about the first Egyptian man, wasn't extraterrestrial, of 35,000 years ago, and he looked like Lawrence Fishburne. Okay. Right. I do a comparison with that in our Egypt tours over there. Right. Well, again, as long as you keep the African mind somewhere else, it's the Jesus syndrome. Okay. Just like Jomo Kenyatta said. Right. Okay. They gave us the Bible, and as Jomo Kenyatta said, and told us to pray. And we opened up our eyes, and they had the land, and we had the Bible. So here we are in extraterrestrials. When we open up our mind, everybody will have Africa but Africans. Okay. So this is the insanity that we see this going on. Okay. When you see all the monuments and the temples are there, and a lot of these people have never even been to Kemet. All right. And can't even reveal a lot of the reliefs and the information that's over there. So of course, and they always talk about Khufu's pyramid, by the way. Right. Okay. And there's over 80 some pyramids in Egypt. All right. And more down in the Sudan, over 200 in the Sudan. Right. All right. So but they only concentrate on Khufu, all right, that extraterrestrials, but you see the evolution of pyramid building, all right. First starting with mounds, all right, and then going into where Imhotep built these a step pyramid, okay, one block of stone on top of the other. That's why it's called a step pyramid, symbolically and spiritually, all right, for Zolzernetiket to climb the staircase to heaven. Okay, this is a spiritual, allegorical, spiritual science of Kemet and its spirituality in relationship to the cosmos and going to heaven. All right. So you see that pyramid was built at that time before they built the ones in the Giza Plateau. Now, let's go to Seneferu. He wants to get away from the step pyramid. They want to try to achieve the true equilateral plane pyramid. And we go to Dajar. We take our groups there so they can see the first true equilateral plane pyramid. Now, Zezem Ankh, his builder, and see, most of these people don't even know about the builders, all right? But Zezem Ankh, who's the builder for Seneferu, just like Imhotep was for Zolzernetiket. So Zezem Ankh starts to build Seneferu to achieve a true equilateral plane pyramid, not a step pyramid. But in the architectural structure, it went into a bent form, all right? And Seneferu said, I don't want to go into the afterlife with a bent pyramid. And even though this is a very large pyramid, kind of bent at the top, and he had him build another one. It's a mile away. We go to this area. And then you see the first true equilateral plane pyramid by Seneferu that enabled his son, Khufu, to build the Great Pyramid, as it's referred to as. That's a little brief evolution of pyramid building. And from there, Khufu's son, Khafra, he builds the second pyramid in the Giza Plateau. Appears larger because it's on a larger plateau. And then Khufu's grandson and Khafra's son builds the third pyramid, and that is Menkaure. And even though you got the Great Pyramid is larger, then you also have Khafra, which is a little bit not as large as his father, even though these structures are massive. Keep in mind, over 4,000 years ago, and Menkaure, but it still had a spiritual connection to the cosmos, not aliens. They still were connecting a terrestrial and celestial connection in relationship to what? It was in relationship to the constellation of Orion. Why Orion was important? Because Orion represented a star. And in Orion's belt, there are 3 stars in a Kemetic name called Alnitek, Alnilam, and Mentekha. These 3 stars, one's bigger, the one in the middle is a little bit smaller, and then the third star is even smaller. So they built the pyramids in the Giza Plateau of Khufu, Khafra, and Menkaure to correspond to the 3 stars in Orion's belt, literally building a concept of heaven on earth. And even Khufu's boat, that many people would see this massive boat that was excavated in 1954, and it was over 1,200 pieces that this boat was in, bigger than Captain Cook's boat, by the way, all right? And they had to reconstruct this boat. In fact, this boat was put together with ropes, King Simon, not even nails, all right? But was this boat used to sail the Nile? No, all right? The oars are massive. No man could actually move these oars. These oars are massive oars. So the purpose for these oars was for the spiritual Neteroos, all right? The spiritual Neteroos to take Khufu from the terrestrial Nile to the celestial Nile. Why the celestial Nile? To connect with Asar. This is the spiritual science of the cosmos and the building of these structures and how our ancestors saw it, all right? But yet, if you have the Negro mind locked into some alien thing that some aliens built this and not even seeing the spiritual science of what they were developing in terms of connection from the terrestrial Nile to the celestial Nile. And by the way, that celestial Nile, that terrestrial Nile only took place during the time of the Nuank. And what is the Nuank? The flooding of the Nile, the inundation that enabled for the spiritual Neteroos to take these oars to bring Khufu up to the celestial Nile. It's interesting that this boat, all right, of the old kingdom of the 4th dynastic period, the oldest boat in the world, by the way, during the time of the Nuank, I find it interesting that out of that, we got in the biblical term, the Noah's Ark. One has to question, was that idea copied from Khufu's boat? Because as I said before, they were studying these papyruses, okay, that they robbed from the temples and building the Alexandria Library, and the Greeks studied for 300 years. Here come the Romans for another 400 years, all right? So we see that these early writings and these stories in Old and New Testament are coming from the papyruses and the stories that our ancestors told, like on the Westcar papyrus, it told of the purpose and the objective of the boat of going from the terrestrial now into celestial now, and how during the old kingdom, these Saras, okay, this is the first time we're hearing about this term Saras, or sons of God, all right, who are making this journey. That's when we also get the idea and concepts from the sons of God married the daughters of men.
Right.
All right. That came out of the Saras, who called themselves the sons of God, who married the daughters of men. In other words, they married, and this is where Kemet came at fault at, where they married foreign women on the throne. So this is the importance of really knowing the real history of Kemet and the papyruses. All right. So we can deal with the detailed stories just like many of the religions do. All right. Yeah. After all, they plagiarize many of these ideas from. So a lot of times, at least we can prove it. Now, we got the monuments and temples to validate it.
Now, Baba, would it be fair to say that Dr. Ben and all the greats that was teaching about these connections, would it be fair to say that we still haven't uncovered a lot of information, and maybe that this new information is valid? That they're saying
what you're saying, extraterrestrials,
about that connection to the outer world of the universe.
No, but are you saying that outer world being extraterrestrials?
No, I'm saying because remember,
I want to get clarity on that.
Okay, I'm clear. Extraterrestrials only means extra to this realm. That's all it means. But if Elijah Muhammad was teaching that we are the ones that was able to leave this planet and travel, because we already know that Orion's belt and it's connected to.
But Kemet had that spirit. But Kemet had that spiritual science. That spiritual science.
That's what I'm saying. So we could.
Let me explain it.
I understand. But remember, you said that we still haven't uncovered a lot of stuff yet. We still haven't uncovered a lot of information.
Let me explain what you just said, though.
Okay.
They dealt with that whole journey, but they dealt with it in the terms of the spiritual body, meaning that the physical body stayed on Earth. See, Christianity took it that, you die, the body one day is going to be the night of the living dead. Everybody's going to raise up and go up to heaven. All right. But it had nothing to do with the physical bodies. The Greeks and the Romans didn't understand that. But it was the Sahu, the spiritual body, that they saw went into the spiritual realm. On King Tutankhamun Shrine in the Cairo Museum. Now they moved it to the new museum. Right. There are three of them. All right. See, that blew the world's mind. That's another story in Carter 1922, who robbed the tomb and opened it up and blew their mind. They found these massive shrines, and inside those shrines there was sarcophagus, and they opened that up, and they had to go through some others, and they finally go to the gold mask, but so on and so on. So, but anyway, one of those shrines, King Tutankhamun, he has the Ba, on it. That means the soul. And then he also has a glyph called the Ka, that means the spirit. And also you see light coming out from the pineal gland going to the universe. Now I can deal with that kind of spiritual science, but see, when we think of things that we know, mechanical things, machines.
Right.
All right. Because that's our only conception of things, because it's just like the Romans. Right. The Romans did not deal with the spiritual science of ancient Kemet, because that's why they took the physical body and the making of Christianity and said it would go to heaven, because they didn't understand it. Air, you can't see air, but you better believe it. So here you have on the temple of Haru, you got the what is known as the Ka Sahu. The Ka Sahu is the spiritual body. Christianity formed it into the dancing Christ. All right. So the spiritual body, they saw it did make a journey. It did take this journey from a spirit, from a whole nother spiritual level. My argument is no machines, no object.
Right.
All right. Because I understand, the light travels at 186,000 miles per second. Right. All right. And the next star system away, brother, ain't no machine coming here. All right. To make it here, traveling at 186,000 miles per second for who knows how many light years. All right. But spiritual forces, now that's a whole nother level, brother.
So what you're basically telling me and telling the audience that they've turned our spiritual African sciences into extraterrestrial stuff.
Exactly. And machines.
Okay, and machines. All right. I can bear with that, because they'll deal with the macabre.
That's the only way we can think, because that's because it's just like the Romans.
Right.
The Romans didn't understand spirituality because they didn't know it. They didn't understand. They didn't study it. They didn't know nothing about it. They took it literally. They took the physical. That's why Christianity in its development, because after the Greeks were 300 years, the Romans were 400 years, and the Byzantine Romans another 400 years. 1,000 years they're studying this, but still didn't understand the spirituality of it. So that's why to this very day, the foundation of Christianity is that your body will get up out that grave. The night of the living dead, the graves will open up. All right. Madness. All right. Because they didn't understand spiritual things. They couldn't understand that which they could not see.
Right.
All right. So spiritual forces is a whole nother realm. Okay. That is a real realm.
Right. Okay.
All right.
Yes. Right. They've made it. They've made it that, like you said, that's the only concept they could perceive. So more than likely, Europeans would turn it into extraterrestrial.
Yeah,
that's what television and movie. That's what television and movies are all about.
Right. Machines. Because that's the only thing they can relate to. Machines.
That makes more sense. That makes a lot of sense, sir. I know. There's probably people that want to.
They try to turn us into machines with all these robots and AI. Okay, artificial intelligence. They're trying to make us the machines now.
Exactly. Yes, that's true. Now, family, I don't want to keep Baba too long, but do you want any questions from the audience, Baba? Do you want any questions? Real quick and close out.
Okay, we can deal with it real quick here because
how long? Now, because I know you have a little time.
I got in here late last night. I flew in here.
Okay. Well, I mean, we can keep it on. I just want to talk about the next trip then. Let's talk about the next trip. Forget the questions. Let's talk about the next trip that y'all are taking. I got your website up here on the side here.
We just got back in August, so we are working on the, we have to get everything together with our ground operators.
Okay.
And for the new prices and everything. And we should have that by the first week in November. And 1 second here. Let me see here. Let me give you the dates. Like I said, we have to do 2 tours because of the popularity of our tour. You can see how large our groups are right there, looking at it on our website. It's been like that for many, many years now. So we are honored that brothers and sisters come. And again, we hardly even advertise. But again, back to that spiritual side, the word of mouth is still the most powerful thing in the universe, brother.
Right. Somebody just asked, Miss Campbell just asked, how does the soul maintain harmony with the forces of Ma'at after death? Is it the same principles during life and the same after death, or will it all be new concepts and ways of living and knowing?
Well, again, we're thinking of living and knowing because that's the only way we can think is how we live and know today. All right. So we talk about Kemet had a balance. There were many facets to it, and that's a whole nother lecture too. By the way, in fact, I dealt with it, and I created a video called "Journey into Eternal Life."
Can they buy the video on your website?
Yes, it's on the website. Journey into Eternal Life, and I break all that down in that video. But it definitely, I'm just going to deal with a couple of them. It definitely dealt with the Ka and the Ba, but there were many others as well, and the Sahu, the spiritual body. But the dates that you asked me about. The 2 dates will be July 12th to the 26th. I saw on the first tour.
Right.
And the second tour will be from August 11th. Okay. I mean, sorry, July 28th to August 11th.
That's 2025, right?
Yes, sir. And again, that's 15 days, July 12th to the 26th, and also from July 28th to August 11th. So we have 2 tours because of the popularity of our tour.
Right.
And relationship to the videos, there are, if you go under the menu for videos, push the menu at the top.
Right, here it is. Yeah, there it is.
And it's the first one. It's the first one. Hit
right
that.
Here?
Yeah, this is the first one. Right.
Okay.
Hit that one.
Okay.
In reference to our question.
Let me see. No, I mean, it's not clicking onto that video, but
okay, that was the journey into eternal life. So I get deep into what she is saying. There's a whole nother lecture within itself. So maybe one of these times I come and talk about some of those that are on there.
But you can, family, you can get the DVDs on what he just broke down. Journey.
Bring it up on the TV. It's on Vimeo. You can bring it up on Vimeo. We have it set up for the Vimeo.
Okay, no problem. I mean, we're not going to go into that right now.
Older DVDs are still. I mean, the older lectures are still in DVD format, but the newer ones are, especially the ones that we're dealing with Kemet and a lot of the spiritual science we've been talking about. those are on digital Vimeo. You can bring it right up on your television.
Digital down. Okay, so family, you can go to the website right now, and it's in the his website is right in pinned on the top of the chat, where you can just click on and go through the menu and find out what kind of digital download you want or what DVD you want. If you're still playing DVDs, beautiful. If you want digital downloads, they got that also.
Well, they
Believe
take
me,
away the DVDs so we can't be straight out. They don't like your stuff. They take it off of the social media. So that's the whole objective now. So if you got a DVD player, you better hold on to it.
yes, I got mine still.
You want the real knowledge. I got about 15 of them, because now, they put you in jail and every damn thing else now.
Yeah, I know. Baba, I want to thank you so much. I want to remind everybody you're coming in this weekend. We're coming in hot. We're coming in fine. We're coming in strong. Family, just make sure you scan the QR code. And if you can't do that, please go to my link tree /King Simon. And that's pinned right at the top of my link tree. You can always go to that link tree for all of my events coming up. The link tree is right here, linktree /King Simon Numerator. Take a snapshot of this, or you can scan the QR code and it'll go directly to the links and you can actually be there. Remember, young people are free from 0 to 17. We do have an outside area if they're one of those noisy children, and we got an outside area. You can walk them around, go to the bathroom, all that kind of stuff. It's a long mall, so it is what it is. But we will be in the ballroom segment of the mall, family. It's a ballroom, not the same place where we had the gathering of the Masters. Will be in the ballroom segment of the mall. So please come on out. It's going to be an early tribute from 11 to 2. And then we're going to get Baba Dick Gregory, Ashra Kwesi and Merira Kwesi on by 3 o'clock on the dot. Because I ain't got no time. I got things to do.
Well, we don't want to run out of time, because I was up in Canada and the audience got mad because they had a lot of people and we got us up there. Yes. and they said we had to stop and everybody got mad. And we were a little mad ourselves.
We ain't gonna run out of time, Bob. I got people on lock to make sure everybody's moving at certain times and keep it moving. So but
we want to thank you, brother, for this community. Okay,
I appreciate you.
So it's the community, it's the education for liberation, brother, and this is how we have to continue to educate our people to have these formats. And like I said before, if it was not for programs like you're doing, I would not be doing what I'm doing. So you never know, who you're going to affect.
Exactly. Yes, right.
And so Bobby Wright, peace be upon him, that warrior scholar, uncompromising, when he's called it a community, that's what we have to keep. And we want to say many asantes for you.
Thank you very much. Somebody just asked for, may we get some homework or a challenge before you leave? Any homework or challenge you want to give before they come to your lecture this weekend?
Open up your own ancestral genetic memory bank to educate, to liberate. Okay, that's the homework.
That's the homework.
open up our own minds. All right.
Keep it simple, right, Baba?
Yeah, I mean, it's all we all have a genius within us.
Exactly.
Right? We all have a genius within us. We were not born here empty.
That's right.
All right. So don't doubt yourself.
Yes.
Right. So whatever, like Dr. Clark, peace, because these we have to mention these grand masters, because they were geniuses and the great wisdom that they gave us. And Dr. Clark said it right.
Yeah.
Take what you do best and do it for your people.
There it is.
All we have to do, just take what you do best and do it for your people. And peace be upon these great elders. That's all I've tried to do.
That's right.
And I revealed that truth to brothers and sisters. So I say, in the spirit of Kemet, Teta Kemet Neta Ankh Ujab Senejib, everlasting black divine life. Everlasting black life.
Yeah.
Health and strength to us as a people. Bring back our divinity, and we'll have unity in the community.
Yes, sir. Hotep, brother. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming on. I applaud you, of course. Applaud the greatness. Thank you and your empress. Please, thank you very much.
Sorry, my nephew Hemp wasn't on because of our grandchild, but she would have protested if nobody was there. She would have had the voice tonight, brother.
I know she would have. Yes, that's all good though. But thank you. I'll see you in a few.
The 14th grandchild, brother.
Oh yeah. Hey, wow. I got 14 grandchildren myself, sir. So.
All right, brother. You younger than me. I said, you ain't been messing around, have you?
We ain't doing the mess around, sir. This ain't Ray Charles here. We ain't doing the mess around.
All right.
All right, Baba. Thank you very much, and send my love to the family. I spoke to your daughter the other day, so she said she might have to do something that day, so she might not be able to make it. But
I'm gonna come down and see her a little early because I have a new grandbaby.
Yes, sir. All right, beloved.
She's actually she's the 14th one. Actually,
yeah, that's right. This new one is the 14th one. Yeah,
14th one, right?
Mm-hmm. All right, Baba. Thank you very much.
That's Dr. Right. Brother. It's been great. Appreciate it.
Thank you, brother. Oh man, that was Baba Ashra Kwesi. Let's give him a well-deserved round of applause. He showed us some love. Again, family. Again. Make sure this is what we're doing. Let's put it in. Hey, family, on Sunday, October 13th, I am celebrating 29 years in promotion and production at the new Black Wall Street Mall with tribute to Dick Gregory. That's right, celebrating 29 years, so text that number to get more information. Remember, Baba Ashra Kwesi and Merira Kwesi will be closing out the evening with a salute by Dr. B. Sirius, Brother Rich, Red Pill and Blue Pill, Lorenzo Sanford, Sister Golda X, Sister Tassili Ma'at, and so much more. Make sure you go to Linktree/King Simon the Numerator or scan the QR code. That's right. Come on out, man. It's an all-day event. One price gets you in for the whole day to support the vendors. A lot of people are going to be there. Born Knowledge is going to be there. Raku is going to be there. Sister High Heels, a.k.a. Golden X, is going to be there. Millicent from Color Curiosity. Dr. Shakira Moore says she's passing through. Brother Mo, Deep Condition is coming through. You got Professor Griff said he's going to be vending. You got Brother Rich that's going to be there speaking. Got Brother Dr. B, who's not going to be vending, but he'll just speak for at least a half an hour and drop some nice wisdom about him and Dick Gregory. We're going to have also food by Blue Pill and his beautiful wife, Rashida. It's called Mama Cosmic Kitchen. We got Brother Jeff from Athletics going to be there. It's going to be a whole host of us, man, a whole host of vendors, whole host of people. I will have my books there. I will be giving away Dick Gregory books. So we're going to be doing a raffle, and we're going to give away 5 Dick Gregory books. I can't wait. Which one am I giving away? I'm giving away, hold on one second. I'm giving away the brand new book that his son put out. This one here is called, you might not be able to see it through this. Let me just take this off. Let me just take this background. We're giving away 5 books. Hold on one second. Let me take this virtual background down. So y'all can see I got you see I got my my board is in the background. You know, I always got my board up. You know, I'll be ready to do some work. I'll be giving away this book. I think I got 5 books from the Dick Gregory Foundation. I got 5 of these books. This one is called The Essential Dick Gregory, edited by Christian Gregory. I made sure I got 5, I think 5 or 10, 5 books, 5 of these books to give away. We're going to have a raffle. I'm going to see if any of the other vendors want to give out something also and put it in the raffle. The raffle is only going to be like $2 or $3. And we're going to have people going to pick a raffle and draw the raffle. And we're going to give away some of the Dick Gregory books and all that kind of stuff. So, hey, we're going to have some fun. I want y'all to be there celebrating 29 years. I'm celebrating 29 years in promotion and production.
On October 13, 2024, I'll be in Stonecrest, Georgia at New Black Wall Street for King Simon's 29th anniversary celebration, memorializing Dick Gregory. I'll be doing readings. There'll be food, speakers, and vendors. If you want to see me in person, come on out. Any information you're going to need to be below.
You heard what the man said. He gonna be there. Raku already got his vendor space. He gonna be out there doing his, because Raku got a big voice, we're gonna have him on the outskirts right there at the front door with my table that's taking in all the tickets and all that kind of stuff. So Raku can do his thing as loud as he want. So Raku will be doing some consultations out there right in front of you. So make sure y'all come on out and show Raku some real love. And of course, you know, a lot of other people is going to be there, but I want to remind people that I'll be coming to Brooklyn, New York. If y'all going to be in the New York tri-state area, I'll be coming with these 2 new speakers. Lloyd will be there. Sister Kafunya will be there. I'll have Sister Kafunya do an open meditation. Then we're going to have Joshua Sarah is going to pass through. It's going to be big. And don't forget, on the 20th, I'll be interviewing the one, the only Sister Shahrazad Ali. You know, so I need y'all to come on out, give me a hug. 29 years professionally in this business, not an easy task, believe me. So I always want people to know that as a promoter and a producer for many years, before the internet took off, we had to give away, I was doing 5,000 to 10,000 flyers a week. Hand-to-hand combat, store-to-store combat, door-to-door combat. I was giving out flyers. And then I started getting team and all that kind of stuff, but we was giving out a lot, and we worked
for a particular venue called SOBs, the Sounds of Brazil's 50 weeks out of the year, because they only gave us 2 weeks off. 50. So I had constant reggae and R&B and soca and all kinds of shows. We had all kinds of shows there. So I've been doing this for 29 years professionally, although I've been doing this since I was 12 years old. So I want y'all to come out and come and enjoy yourself.
Peace,
Tell them,
families, this is the High Heels, aka Golden X. So I am coming on to invite you guys to an amazing event this Sunday at the New Black Wall Street. We will be having a tribute to Baba Dick Gregory, hosted by King Simon and Numero Vator. Okay, the event extraordinaire, but really gonna be a good event. I will be there speaking and doing like a mini dissertation on Baba Dick Gregory and his connection to the Nation of Islam. And there's gonna be so many other people just giving their offerings. Mama Taisili, Red and Blue Pill, Brother Rich will be there. I know Ra Aku is going to be doing some astrology readings. It's going to be a really great event. And of course, it is going to tip off and end off with Baba Ashra Kwesi and his wife doing a wonderful presentation. So this is something you don't want to miss. This Sunday, New Black Wall Street. Information for tickets, go to King Simon's Instagram. And I'm going to try to put a link in my bio to get your tickets. But see you guys this Sunday. Peace.
That's right. Sister Golda, aka High Heels, is one of my peoples that's going to be helping me out at the table and all that. She might have her candles and her stuff there. So make sure y'all come out. And she's going to be speaking about the connection between Baba Dick Gregory and the Nation of Islam, because that's what she do. And family, Raku's gonna be doing the sessions. You got the iridologist that's gonna be in the building. We got people that's gonna be there. So y'all need to be out there. Even if when Shakira Moore makes it down here, she'll be also doing iridology, and she's about to move down here also. And you got Born Knowledge that's gonna be there. You got a lot of people that's gonna be coming through, and of course, the Color Curiosity therapist herself gonna be in the building. Tell her.
Hi, I'm Millie, creator of Color Curiosity LLC. Come out and join us on October 13th, 2024 for King Simon Presents 29th anniversary. We're going to be at the New Black Wall Street in Stonecrest, Georgia. Come out and have some fun. We're going to have a tribute to Baba Dick Gregory and key speakers like Ashra and Merira Kwesi and the amazing Dr. B. We're going to have vendors, food, and fun for everyone. Come and join us.
A lot of vendors are going to be there, man. Of course, Ritual Herb said they're going to be there. Michael said he's going to be there. There's going to be a whole lot of people that's going to be there. And even a spoken word artist like Cheyenne Black says she's going to pass through and spread some of that love. She's not scheduled to be on the stage, but she's just going to spread this love. You know how they do. They do the love thing. They're going to do the love thing. So Cheyenne, tell them why you're going to be there, girl.
Peace and prosperity, y'all. It is your girl, Cheyenne Black. And I want to let you know that on October 13th, I will be attending the 29th year anniversary to King Simon Productions. And furthermore, what makes it so great is that we'll be giving a tribute to Baba Dick Gregory. Gonna have some great vendors. You see the names there. You see what's going on, and performances and everything. So y'all come out and party with us and just get down in some holistic wellness. Anyways, see you soon.
You heard what the lady said. She gonna be in her birthday is about to come up too. Her birthday is coming up October 20th. So she's celebrating her birthday all month. So she's gonna be celebrating with us over there, because Dick Gregory's birthday is actually October the 12th. And I got the venue for the 13th. Big up to Kim Woodson and Rashida, who's controlling the technology that we're going to be using, because we got a whole LED screen right there. So we got to make sure Dick Gregory's videos are going to be played. The flyer is going to be up. And then when Ashra Kwesi comes to do his presentation, he'll be able to do it on that big LED screen. It's going to be powerful. You don't want to miss it. And just want to remind every one of you beautiful people that if you're into martial arts, November 9th, we're going to be at the World Martial Arts Center at 1120 Washington Avenue, 3rd floor. and it's the donation is $100, and that's going to be big because it's saluting all these beautiful sisters in the martial arts and also the Sunukas man. And if you are someone that wants to work from home, you're tired of going out there and working, you want to work part-time or full-time, you might be young or old or whatever, and you just want to do something, keep yourself active, text these words, hire me, to the number right here on the screen, 770-861-9906. It's not for everybody, but if you are about that life of working home, either part-time or full-time, make sure you check one of my sponsors here, the one, the only, and make sure you check them because they're currently interviewing people to get part of this work from home thing, okay? And if you want to lower your car insurance, you might be one of them young folks or one of them older people that are getting hit in the head with car insurance. Bang, call this number right now. They could probably reduce it to $50 to $100 to $200. She got some testimonials. 877-855-8111. That's 877-855-8111. The rep ID is FTT2E right there on the bottom of this flyer. And those are the times and dates that you can call and have some fun. Big up to my moderators. If you want to feng shui your life, contact the moderators. One of the moderators right there is Color Curiosity, a.k.a. Millicent. And make sure you hit her up at her number right here, 813-325-4205. I hope her and her family is doing well in Florida. That's a Florida number, as y'all may know. And hit her up at Color Curiosity LLC at IG. If you're on the IG, hit her up and then join her on IG. She's building her new IG platform also. And big up to this lady here, Dr. Shakira Moore, Holistic Palace, holistic iridologist, nutritional advisor, and spiritual teacher. Make sure you give her a call or text her at 570-972-9308. Right. That's right. So, we had Baba Ashra Kwesi in here. I hope y'all respected the energy that the Baba brought. I asked him certain questions that could lead you into the metaphysical, lead you into the extraterrestrials and all that, but he brought it right back home. So that makes a lot of sense also about when it comes to Europeans and this whole extraterrestrial built Kemet and extraterrestrial built this and extraterrestrial built that. They probably, as what they do is convolute certain things and make spirituality something extra because it is outside of us. It is something outside because we are going to leave this body, so to speak, and become one with the energy. So why not put a machine to it? Why not put some type of anything to it so they can usurp spirituality in some form of way? Yeah, that was a good concept. I like what he said. I like what he said, and I'm very respectful of that. I like what my brother Baba Ashra Kwesi, as an elder, and he's been examining this for 40 plus years. So big up to my son. He has a nice company out there in the metro Atlanta and surrounding areas. You want to pressure wash your car or pressure wash your home. You want a car detail. You want a dumpster wash. All of that is necessary. All you have to do is call that number 512 or text it at 429-9522. My other son is in New York City with his Green Studio NYC. Make sure you hit him up. Get some recordings done. Get your artists out. Get your poetry out. Get your audio book out. Contact them at Green Studio NYC, 929-456-3009. And remember, Lloyd Strayhorn, one of my sponsors here. Big up to Lloyd-Strayhorn.com. Hit him up, Lloyd-Strayhorn.com. Big up to Nicholas celebrating 50 years, NicholasBrooklyn.com, NicholasBrooklyn.com. Big up to Kerry Ann Ingram, one of my partners in Vibes when we used to do the Healing Vibes show. We no longer do the Healing Vibes show. Other things have to happen on her side, but we still promote our sister, KerryAnnIngram.com. Make sure you hit her up. She can help you reduce some depression, stress, anxiety, grief, anger, all of that. Free yourself, free your mind, and the rest will follow. If you do want to book a session with me, you got to text me your full name, date of birth, and an email, because then I will send you the details. You got to text me your full name, date of birth, and your email so I can send you the detail. I got 4 levels. I got the 10-minute, the 15-minute, the 30-minute, and the hour sessions, the consultations right now. And the hour comes with a bonus of 24 to 72 hours to get access with me, 24-hour access to get whatever questions you felt you missed in the hour. Then I could deal with that, whatever. Within 24 to 72 hours, you get that access. Get my books on Amazon. And also, if you want to get this hardcover book, you get one free Billy Carson book if you buy my book, for my hardcover collector's edition. If you buy this through PayPal, not Cash App, that Cash App have changed. I'm in conversation with Cash App. They got to let me know if they're going to give it back to me or not. So we're trying to figure that out right now. Right now, I'm only using Venmo and PayPal.me/King Simon, my Venmo account, just in case you want to hit me up on Venmo. Let me put that up there right now. You can always circulate donations to this show or to any show that I do right here on this channel, because we put our all into it, and all is what we got to offer, all of it. So let me put it in the chat. Yeah, big up to Born Clothing. He's going to be there too. He's going to be vending. Also, big up to Born Clothing. He's going to be one of the vendors. He was one of the first people to pay for the vending. So big up to Born Clothing. He'll be in the building. All right. So, and thank you, family, very much for supporting and showing love to your brother. I think Brother Rich is going to have A.A. Rashid on tonight. So we're going to check that out. So you'll see me over there, putting A.A. Rashid's links up in there. Remember, PayPal.me/King Simon, Venmo.u/King Simon 1, and Zelle. If you want to use Zelle, just put my other email, that's my other family email, at Tab Productions, tabproductions318@gmail.com if you're using Zelle. I haven't used Zelle in a long time, but people are putting and donating through Zelle, so that's good. Thank you very much. And thank y'all very much for supporting and showing love to Baba Ashra Kwesi. Thank you very much. I really appreciate all of you. If you did miss Ashra Kwesi, please rewind this. Instagram, Facebook, wherever y'all rewind this. I'll post it on Instagram. Usually I've been leaving things on archive. This will be kept up. Remember, all of my lessons are put into my membership. So those who want to join my membership, if you want to be a part of my membership so you can get a lot of the new motivational lessons that I've been putting up on there, it's exclusive to the membership only. Exclusive to the membership only. I will paste that in the chat also, the membership link. All of the new motivational breakdowns, all the numbers breakdowns of different sayings and quotes and all that kind of stuff. Boom. This morning, I could not finish one of them, so I just kept it moving. I could not finish one of them, and I put that in the membership. I broke down Pascal Beverly Randolph's birthday, though, and his death. I broke down Pascal Beverly Randolph and his death, and what could have happened around his death, according to reports. And according to Pascal Beverly Randolph's birthday is today. Happy birthday to Pascal Beverly Randolph. Nick Cannon, happy birthday to Priestess Yendez Nefer Atum over there at Apothecary in Brooklyn, New York, on Tompkins and Madison Avenue. Happy birthday to that beautiful sister. I know she's celebrating her birthday lovely with her daughters. But I'm telling you, family, you got to go to the membership to get some of that exclusive teachings from now on. That's what we're doing. That's what it's all about. Look out for big things to come with your brother and his team, because I got accountability teams that I have only 2 people right now that's on my accountability team, other than my extended family of other people and elders and all that. But when I fly, everybody flies. And matter of fact, 2 of the moderators are part of the accountability team also. So you got to be accountable for each other and what we do and how we do things. You can't be playing around with each other. You got things to do. So big up to Shakira Moore. And big up to Color Curiosity, Millicent Simmons. So they are part of the accountability team. Also, Lloyd Strayhorn is extended accountability. Of course, my children are always about, accountability. And, people that vend and sponsor, those are part of my accountability team. Also, my martial arts people, those are part of my accountability. But my direct accountability team right now is Color Curiosity and Dr. Shakira Moore for the Holistica Palace. Those are the family members. We do what we got to do, but make sure you join my membership. Once again, we want to thank Baba Ashra Kwesi. Make sure y'all rewind this, and watch it over, because we did ask him some very questions about extraterrestrials and all that we asked him. So we want to make sure about Eric Van Danovich books and all that kind of stuff, Chariot of the Gods and all that. But, the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad and people like Dr. John Henry Clark and told us to be very careful of the information that Europeans give us, because some of them have an agenda, and we got to be very careful of what. And like John Henry Clark, and like I said, this is not anything against. It's just that throughout the years we've seen that people's agendas has messed up the melanated people. And John Henry Clark actually said, "No one is our friend. No, not one of them is really our friends, because some of them are constantly taking other people's culture. When I start seeing people doing Tai Chi and Qigong, and that's not part of that Asian culture, or doing Kemetic teachers and wearing African boobas, that's not part of that African culture, I'll be like, and I know everybody wants to be universal and but we got to remember who the original melanated people of this planet are. And we got to make sure that people that come into our sciences, our African sciences, our indigenous sciences here in Americas and throughout the Americas, and the Moorish science and all that, we got to make sure they respect it and they don't dilute it. We got to make sure, like Aleister Crowley and them, they started diluting a little bit of stuff, doing other madness. And Blavatsky, some of them was diluting that. I mean, they was out against Pascal Beverly Randolph, according to legend. So, who was an African American Rosicrucian and metaphysics teacher, and also spiritualist. So we have to respect the energy and know where it all goes back. Because if anytime you hear the word antiquity or ancient, know that it's going back to people of hue, darker hue and darkest hue, and the twa and the this and the that. Know that it's going back to the original people of hue. Know that anytime you hear that word antiquity and they try to throw you off with antiquity and the ancient ancestors and all that kind of stuff, that's cute. That's cute. But nah. Let's stay focused. Let's get it back into order now. Let's get back into order. And we know there's a lineage, there's an order of lineage going on, and we got to respect the lineage. Just like when you go to the Bible, they respect the lineage. You go to the Bible, they respect lineage going all the way back to Adam. And Adam wasn't even the first man. Adam and Eve wasn't even the first man and woman. Come on. According to their history, Adam and Eve would be only 7,000 years old, probably. The most 8,000 years. Really? Come on now. Let's not play games. Let's not play games. Let's really get in and really study. And we want you young people to study. We want you young people to get it in, study, get this information, because y'all going to download. That's why I asked Ashra Kwesi, could it be possible that this new information of what they're calling alien could be still connected to it? Now, I've asked Billy this before, and Billy said, yes, it is our ancestors doing what we got to do. But we have to navigate in this realm a little different. You got to know how to navigate so we can make sure everybody understands their place in this whole spiritual diaspora, so to speak. This metaphysical diaspora. Put everybody in their place, and everybody can respect their place. And once everybody respect their place, everybody will respect each other. Once everybody respect their place and their placements in this, everybody will find respect for each other. And then we'll start to work interdependently out of respect of the pure energy of the universe. That's what I'm with. Because I can deal with Europeans, Asians, whoever, people from any other race. I can deal with them as long as we respect energy, because energy is pure. What we use the energy when we get into this meat sack, that's totally up to us. But the energy is still pure. All right. So family, have a great day, afternoon, and evening. Thank all of y'all. Thank Baba Ashra Kwesi. Make sure you go to his website, pinned at the top of the chat. Make sure you go to the website, support them at kemetnu.com. That's kemetnu.com. Remember, when you go on a trip with them, you're going on a historical trip, not no spaced out telling you about alien stuff. They're taking you on a historical trip. 40 years they've been doing it. So make sure if you're going to go on a trip with them, don't expect anything outside of the world. You're gonna only expect things that's inside of your world. They're gonna bring that information back to who you are, not out there, only within you, because that's the only way we're gonna go. Find it through the inner powers that we have, because they've been trying to throw us off for a long time. People have been trying to throw us off our godly track for a long time. But like Kaba Kamene said, you know what he said? He said, if he was the enemy, he would do the same thing. So if he was that 1% in this world that wants to throw us off track, he would do the same thing, because it serves their purpose to throw us off of our godly superpower tracks. It serves the purpose. If all of us got our superpowers, what would be happening in this world right now?
If all of us got our superpowers, all of the melanated people finally found their superpower, what would happen? They'd be scared. They'd be thinking, wait a minute, they're all leaving us because the planet going to destroy. We'll definitely travel off of this planet, no doubt. I travel off of this planet in my dreams already, so I'm good. I know where I'm going. And I look up in the stars at night, and I know exactly, because this star has been looking at me since I was a child, and I never forget this star up here. And it's not even that bright, but it's always a very colorful type of star. Always remember that since I was a child when I started gazing and doing stargazing. So look, I'm a star, you're a star, we a star. Everybody is a star. Everybody is a star, family. Have a great day, afternoon, or evening. Be strong, be focused, be your great self. And I will see you this weekend. We're going to be there this weekend. Make sure you come on out. Young people are free from 0 to 17. Young people are free. We're going to have a good time. And we can't wait. Dr. B can't wait. Brother Rich can't wait. Red Pill, Blue Pill can't wait. All of them can't wait. We're going to be in the building. All right? I'll talk to y'all later. Tassili and Adam, please close us out. Take care, family. Remember, family, what Dr. B says. I forgive myself, my family, and others for imperfection. I am thankful for my life. And remember what Dr. Blair says. Please, Universal Creator, know in my heart that I love you. Please protect me and this planet on which I live now. Please open my mind, my spirit, and my soul to receive only truth in your love now. Take care of yourself, family. I love you because I love me. I love you. I love me. We're a happy family with a great big hug and a kiss from you to me. Big up to the Barney crew. All right. Tassili and Adam, take us out of here. And I'll see y'all next time.
Peace and love, family. Welcome to the I Am Ascension Temple of Love, the home of the master healers and teachers, where myself, Tassili Mata'atma Ma'at, and my king, Ankh El Adam, reside. We want to invite you to a tribute for Baba Dick Gregory, one of those master healers and teachers. This is being presented by none other than King Simon. It's Sunday, October 13th from 11 to 8 p.m. From 11 to 2:30, you're going to have speakers such as Red and Blue Pill, High Heels, and Lorenzo Sanford. From 3 to 7, we'll be blessed with the ancient wisdoms of Baba Ashra Kwesi and his wife, Merira Kwesi. This is going to be a time to really acknowledge some of our ancient roots. Baba Dick Gregory opened the way for me to know that I am the universe. I have 9 holes in my body, just like there are 9 planets. That's right. Thank you, Baba Dick. We look forward to seeing you all. That's right. Sunday, October 13th, 11 to 8.
Hey family, on Sunday, October 13th, I am celebrating 29 years in promotion and production at the new Black Wall Street Mall with tribute to Dick Gregory. That's right, celebrating 29 years, so text that number to get more information. Remember, Baba Ashra Kwesi and Merira Kwesi will be closing out the evening with a salute by Dr. B. Sirius, Brother Rich, Red Pill and Blue Pill, Lorenzo Sanford, Sister Golda X, Sister Tassili Ma'at, and so much more. Make sure you go to linktree/King Simon the Numerator or scan the QR code.
Hey, this is King Simon. Remember, make sure you go to my website, kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com or Linktree at King Simon the Numeral Beta. Get all 4 of my books, and of course, that's the Numerovation for Mental Stability. Numbers are simple, people are complicated. Numbers are simple. Children's health is important, and no promotion is bad promotion. Just spell my name right. Make sure you get them now on all my links. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. Go now. knowledge is to help enhance people to be better. I, as a numerator, using the numbers, or quote-unquote numerals, and motivation to get people to understand why they need to activate their numbers to be their very best self and maximize it. Because the numerals hold a frequency. And if you're willing to turn up that frequency, then that frequency can help to guide you and navigate you to a higher height that will allow you to spiral to be your best self. We must remember that.